Hey friend, happy new year. I don't know if you are someone who is ready to pull your hair out at one more mention of New Year, New You, or resolutions and SMART goals, or if you are a bit of a dork with goals and like Leslie Knope, you enjoy
jamming on my planner.
I am someone who kind of falls into the latter category, but I do have this tradition that's a bit of a gentler approach where I intentionally choose a word or phrase that either encapsulates some of my main goals and priorities for the year. Sometimes it's simply a gentle reminder, something that I want to be mindful of in the year and throughout the whole year. It acts as a bit of a filter for my goals and how I spend my time throughout the year, and a bit of a compass to direct my path. And so in this video today, I'm going to talk about my 2023 focus and reflect on how that went, and also what I chose and why for my 2024 focus. The word I chose for 2023 was clear. You can check out this video to learn more about why I chose this word and what it meant to me. But basically it had to do with three B's, which were brand, rain fog, boxes. I've had a blog for 8 years now, and though it's always centered around personal development, it's taken on some different nuanced forms throughout the years, as well as expanded to different mediums such as this YouTube channel. And I also I started streaming on Twitch last year, which I'll talk about more later. But in 2023, I wanted to spend some more time gaining clarity on those more nuanced aspects of what I want my brand to be, aligning or realigning with who I think I'm best fit to serve, and figuring out what my next steps should be. When I started 2023 out, I had no idea and no thought of starting a Twitch channel. It never crossed my mind, especially considering that live streaming is one of my greatest fears. It is absolutely terrifying. But in June, I gave it a try, thinking that it would just be like this occasional way to practice talking live in front of people, but I ended up falling in love with it and was just shown so much support, and I gained affiliate status, which basically means I could have some added features and monetize it, and I reached that status like within a month. And honestly, it's still terrifying every time I go live, but it's been a great way to again work on my courage and confidence in that area. And it's been so enjoyable, and I've met so many amazing people and made so many good connections, and I'm just really excited for the possibilities. I started off my Twitch channel as kind of a cozy place to hang out while playing some games, or I'll do co-working streams where I'll have some like music going in the background and have be a bit of a body double to keep each other company and have accountability while we work on different things. I'd love to someday kind of dive into more like just chatting and having conversations around the things I talk about here and on my blog with personal development and personality and goals. But right now, honestly, like I get so scared to talk for very long. Like, at least with these videos, I can like script things and redo it and edit it, but live is so scary and my mind just goes completely blank. But I want to again like become more comfortable with it so that I can get to that place where I can have some more of those live conversations with people. Live streaming on Twitch also will provide a great opportunity to get some more live feedback. Like, it's one thing when I create these videos, like I sometimes will get comments, and I appreciate every single one of you who do. But to be able to kind of talk things out live and get that live feedback and ask questions, I feel like it's going to be super helpful, and also like getting to know people as well and really know like what's going on in their lives, what they need encouragement and resources and help on, so that I can create content that's like not just me guessing at what people need, but like what I actually know would be helpful for people. And so I'm kind of excited for the opportunity to learn more and gain feedback that way. As expected, live streaming has brought up so many of my insecurities and fears, especially around like am I interesting enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I good enough? Though there, of course, is like a personal element to my YouTube videos, it's very different because like this is a recording and I'm presenting information, but with live streaming, you know, given the nature of that and like how it just kind of feels like hanging out with someone, it just feels a lot more personal. You know, like if people don't like my Twitch streams, it's kind of like they don't like me. But that's a big reason why I want to continue on Twitch. I want to keep showing up despite my fears and insecurities so that hopefully they will lose their power. We are not for everyone, and that is okay. And that's something that I know in my head, but it's still something that I struggle with in my heart. Another contributing thing to my fear with live streaming has to actually do with another aspect of clear, my word for 2023, and that was the brain fog. It's when it's just so hard to like think clearly and I feel scattered, and you probably can already tell in these videos, like it's just sometimes it's difficult to do the words and the keeping thoughts in my head to be able to form coherent sentences. And I've struggled with some form of brain fog and derealization like my entire life, as far back as I can remember. And it was especially bad in 2018 as I was dealing with some depression, like extra depression and health issues. But as I sought help and started my first antidepressant, it got better for a while. Not completely better, like it's always been there, but at least became more manageable and better than before. But it's the past year or two, it started getting worse again, and it's not just inconvenient to like feel like so foggy, like so like lacking clarity and struggling to be able to think and like hold thoughts in my head. It makes everything hard, but also sometimes it can be rather unsettling and scary when it gets especially bad, especially when it's like an episode of derealization where things start to feel not real. Like I feel so detached from everything, and yeah, it just can be, if you haven't experienced it before, like it can be really unsettling. And so I sought help for that, as well as, you know, the depression and the anxiety and everything I've been struggling with. But I've been meeting with a psychiatrist and we've been trying different things, and I was also officially diagnosed with ADHD, which is at least like another big piece of the puzzle of why I experience so much brain fog and scatteredness. And so that's been helpful in at least feeling like I have just a bit more understanding and some possible steps forward. And I've been trying a lot of things, and honestly, it has gotten discouraging at times because it's been over a year of trying to find a better medication for my depression and all these other things. But I at least found what doesn't work, and I've also been making some steps forward, making some progress, and I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to try to stay hopeful and positive to try to find more things that help me to be as healthy as I can be. And that brings us to this next chapter of my life, 2024, and what I chose for my one word for the year. And I chose hygge. For those who don't know, it's a Danish word that describes a quality of coziness and comfort and contentment. It encourages embracing the simple pleasures of life and making everyday moments special. From the calming ambience of flickering candles to snuggling under a warm blanket to taking the time to make bread by hand to having deep conversations with a friend over coffee. It can mean so many different things. And it's no wonder that Denmark continues to be rated the happiest country on earth with how much they value and intentionally find and create these regular little moments of happiness, as well as curate enjoyable atmospheric environments. So this year I want to be more gentle with myself and fill my time with more things that bring me joy. If y'all know me or have watched any of my videos, you know that I am a recovering perfectionist. I am very hard on myself. I have always been a very goal-oriented person and ambitious, and I used to do really well with it too up until like 2016, and then it just like continued to get worse. And I've had to learn how to adjust how I approach things. Like what used to work for me before doesn't currently work anymore. And that has been so incredibly frustrating, especially since like I feel like I worked it out super well, like how I used to do things, the methods of how I approach things, and like I was good, guys. But now with my depression and so much fatigue and a bit of this like ADHD unraveling, as I'm relearning myself and what works best for me and how my brain is wired. And again, like if y'all are here or have seen any of my videos, you know that I'm passionate about helping people learn more about like who they are, especially from like the personality standpoint of it, of, you know, even if you are healthy and don't have any kind of mental health issues or physical health issues that create the extra obstacles, we still have a very different brain wiring, and the way that we approach things needs to be different because different things work for different people. You know, we are not cookie cutter people, and there's just so much cookie cutter advice out there. And so I love to help people find what works best for them. But especially as I've been dealing with these mental health issues and having to completely relearn and like find different ways to do things that work better for me in this season of my life with the current energy and health levels that I have. But it's had to take a lot of learning to be kind to myself, and because I keep trying to operate how I used to operate. I keep wanting to set the same amount of goals I used to be able to do before, but like I was up here and now we're like way down here, and my energy is so very limited, and it's so frustrating and discouraging, and often can be a trigger for my depressive episodes. And I've made a lot of progress over the years as I worked on it on my own with trial and error, and talking it through with therapists, and trying to just learn to be kinder to myself and not beat myself up so hard. And though I've made progress, it's still a constant struggle and something that I constantly still beat myself up over. And so I'm trying to continue to work on that in myself and learn to accept the reality of things, whatever that may bring. If I'm not able to do as much as I wish I could do, to accept that and be okay with that and just do the best that I can, because that's all that we can do, right? All we can do is like the best we can with the time and energy and health and resources that we have. And so this word hygge for me is that reminder to slow down and let myself be present and enjoy things. And if that means I don't have enough energy and mental capacity to make as many videos as I'd like, or any of the other goals I have, that I just will be kinder to myself and let myself enjoy the things that I enjoy. And because since I often do need a lot more time to recharge, or just don't have the energy and mental capacity to, like, my brain just doesn't want to function a lot of the times. So whether that's, again, like doing some more reading or playing games or just kind of like chilling with my thoughts or resting and relaxing, whatever that may be at the time, or making even just like the little moments a little bit more special, I think it'll help me to continue to make more progress in being more accepting of whatever happens, whatever I am able or not able to do at the time. I want to allow myself to go with the flow more, depending on my energy and inspiration levels throughout the year, and take as much pressure off of myself as I can, which will also relieve a lot of my anxiety. Be gentler and kinder to myself whenever I'm not able to do what I feel like I should be able to do or really want to do. Practice more self-care and add more into my life that brings me joy and peace and comfort. As I said, my approach to goals has been very different the past few years than what it used to be, and what comes most naturally to me to want to do, like how I want to approach things. So I'm curious to know about your relationship and your journey with goals. Are you naturally a planner or a go with the flow kind of person? Are you someone who puts way too much pressure on yourself like I do, or are you someone who could benefit from a bit more intentionality in your life? Thank you so much for watching. I wish the best for you this year, whether you are ambitiously setting goals or practicing slower living, kind of like I am this year, and working to be gentler with yourself, or somewhere in between. I wish you the best, and either way, please be kind to yourselves. You deserve it. I love you, I appreciate you, and until next time, keep it real.